We're live? Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Finance Agents Live. This is going to be an exciting week for us. For the first time ever, we're doing an entire week of live shows every single day, 5 days in a row, Monday through Friday. And then the next week, we're going to do another 4 shows. And this is all in celebration of bringing on our 100th member office. I'm joined today by Trey, President of Finance Agents.
Good afternoon.
Thanks for being here.
My pleasure.
Now, if you're trying to figure out if this is the episode you want to be on, then let me ask you some questions. You're going to kind of determine whether or not this is, are we talking to you, right? So if you're in the funding business, if you'd say, I've been in business finance for years, and I'm looking to grow to the next level, then this is a show for you.
Or it could be, I like being active in my deals and comfortable assisting clients with funding. So very hands-on.
Okay? Or maybe you're thinking, I'm selling funding for another company, but I want to increase my commissions and become an owner of the company instead of just an employee.
Or you could be someone who owns their own brokerage already and need a way to compete with larger shops, so be more diversified.
Or they have more advanced technology, or they're killing you on marketing. All of these things is what we're providing a solution for right now through our member office structure. So we'll show you how by using the right technologies, programs, marketing, and support, all available right now, you could be earning an additional $100K, $250K, even additional $1 million a year in annual revenues, giving people the funding that they need. In fact, our success test is you can grow a successful funding office if you care about people. You have to actually care. You have access to the right tools and products, and you can create a habit following a set of simple steps, the same ones that we coach all of our member offices through right now. Now, before we jump into this too much, I need your commitment. All right, now Trey and I are here on Martin Luther King Day, celebrating Martin Luther King Day.
No cell phones.
No cell phones. Everything's off, and we're giving you 100% for the next half hour, however long we're here. My request for you is you give me your commitment that while you're watching us, you plug in the same way, turn off your phone, shut down your email, close everything out. If you are willing to give us the time while you're on here, then go type into the chat box right now, say, I'm in. Just type, I'm in. That means you've turned everything off and you are focused on watching us. And even if you're watching this later, after this is live, maybe a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, I don't care. Just go type into the chat box, I'm in, and then we know that you are committed to watching us and being on the show. All right, so thank you. We'll watch those come up. All right, let's go over the agenda that we have for today. The agenda that we're going to cover is, first of all, how and why we got started, first at Finance Store, and then Finance Agents, and now to where we are today. How and why we got started, what's Finance Agents, what's our structure, so you understand exactly what that is. And then we'll go over the 5 Ps of a successful funding office. I'll tell you exactly what those are and how those apply. Then we'll get into how you can apply those to your business, and end with question and answer. If we have any question and answers, we can wrap it up with that. All right, so jumping right into it, on the next slide, somewhere in the middle, I've got a special surprise for you too. So watch for that. It's not at the end. It's not at the beginning. It's somewhere in the middle. Just going to surprise it on you. Special surprise. You like that pick?
I love it.
All right. Cool. Okay, so let's talk about the background. October of 2006. That's when you got started. Trey started this before I did. That's when. How did you get into business funding?
Came across someone who's a friend of mine. He was the first marketing arm of our corporate offices back in Garden Grove, California. So he hired me as his first salesperson. So I was his first sales individual. Our offices were in Laguna, and I was taught to start talking about credit repair.
How'd you like it? Because your background, Trey's background is before getting into finance, you had a background in the restaurant industry, and you've done some mortgage.
Mortgage, worked for Aflac, insurance for small business owners. So I'd always been doing something that actually helps people. So this was a brand new opportunity, and the first step was helping people repair their credit with our law firm in Garden Grove.
Okay.
And that mutated into actually helping people get corporate credit. And I remember my first client was a mortgage company down in Aliso Viejo. I helped them establish business funding to expand their mortgage outfit.
Great. Awesome. I know for me, I had a background in... Oh, here's our surprise.
Surprise.
Woo! Okay. It's Trey's birthday. Wow. That was an early surprise. That happened even better than I thought. All right, we got the birthday banner up here.
Oh my gosh.
Trey requested we do nothing for his birthday, so nothing to see
thank
here.
you. Thank you, Hilda.
All right.
Oh, God. much. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Hey, they keep coming. The hits keep coming. Oh, you got it in my coffee. What am I going to do? You got it in my coffee.
This is the fun thing, right?
This is, yeah, of course.
Great.
Okay.
All right, beautiful. Thank you.
Thanks everybody.
Mike, Rhoda. Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and open the present, man. This is this isn't for after the. This is for now.
Oh my goodness.
First of all, we got.
Great.
You're the birthday king today.
All right, king of the day. Beautiful.
And the birthday crown. It came with a thing where we can put your birthday on here, and that's your choice. So put that on your head. Awesome. And then I think Darren has a close-up he can pull up of this. So it's on the desktop if you want to pull it up. But
oh my God.
There you go. That's Trey. Awesome. Yeah, well.
Thank you.
There it is. Okay. All right. So get back to the show. Man, I'm not going to be able to drink my coffee now. But so that's how Trey got into this. How I got into this is I did a startup and found out how difficult it was to get financing. Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, of course, man. It's your birthday. No, you can take it off if you want. So I got into this because I did a startup and I found out how difficult it was to get funding for a business. After that didn't really work out because we weren't able to find financing, I came across Trey and his group. Here, can we just stick that up?
Sure.
I came across Trey and his, that's not going to stay up. And they were getting funding for startups, and I thought, that's amazing. This is a great thing to do. And I could really see a lot of people getting benefit of getting funding for startups. So that's when I joined, and in a way, I was kind of like the first member office because I came on to work independently under my own brand to offer funding my own way and was able to succeed fairly quickly in getting funding going. And then I ended up coming in as a partner with Trey and the rest of his team. So that was growing. In May of 2011, we addressed one of the needs we had is that everybody that was coming in, every 3 people that would come in, 2 people wanted funding and 1 person wanted to offer funding. We got into a lot of negotiations. So we created an agent program. This is the beginning of Finance Agents. It started as Business Finance Agent. Created an agent program, and we created a structure to grow much larger. And that worked very well. Our Business Finance Store turned into Finance Store, and we continued to grow the business. Darren, if you'd move on to the slides. Business Finance Store turned into Finance Store. We got recognized by Inc. magazine as one of the fastest growing companies in the world 3 years in a row. That was for 2012, 2013, 2014. And it was going great. And we did over $500 million in funding as Finance Store. And then in October of 2015, Trey and I figured out that, I love the crown. Trey and I figured out that Finance Agent, the system, is more than something we should have for just one company.
Right.
So Trey and I decided to leave the other partners and go out on our own and create a system where the Finance Agent marketing system could be provided to anybody who wanted to run a successful funding company. So that was October of 2015. And now, at this point, we've been around for 6 years. For 5 years in a row, Finance Agents has been the #1 finance-related affiliate marketing program in the world. They've been very successful. #1 for 5 years. So that's a big accomplishment. We have almost 20,000 agents sign up. We're getting even closer. Number 20,000 is going to get Recruiter for a year. And then we just signed up, as I mentioned before, like I said, we launched the member office structure in January 2016, and we just signed up our 100th office. So we're going to be interviewing Steve Hoffman next week. Welcome, Steve Hoffman.
Welcome, Steve.
That's office number 100 that we'll do. Maybe we'll do this for you as well.
Pick this up.
All right. And so look for his interview next week, along with some other offices. We're going to be interviewing some new offices, some older offices. Our structure is we've got a ton of different funding programs, well over 250 lenders or providers across 6 primary categories of funding, which is growing very quickly. Finance Agents, the headquarters in the middle. We have our member offices. We now signed up 100 member offices, recruiters, and almost 20,000 agents that bring in the deals. That's our structure. So today we're going to be talking specifically about how we help our member offices succeed. But you could use this information, even if you don't want to be a member office, it doesn't matter. So what we went through when we launched this is what are the challenges that we went through in order to launch a successful funding company or grow a successful funding company, and what are the ones that are coming to us? And these are the 5 primary challenges we came up with. What are those, Trey? I'm going to pick.
So basically, the biggest, and then again, there's no one way of doing things. Everyone has a different attraction to it, but these are the most popular challenges that people have. One is not having products that are competitive. Two is they maybe don't have the technology. Some don't have the knowledge or support to learn more about their craft in our industry. Number four, bad marketing. And number five, no profits. So it's, again, everyone has a different attraction, they have a different need, and this seems to be a fit for all different types of needs.
Yeah, all of these are important. Like, for example, technology is changing every day. If you don't have the money to invest in technology, how are you going to keep up with the big companies? Also, on product knowledge, it really hits you when you're working with clients. You got to know who to cut loose and who to fight for, right? And the more you know, it helps you determine who you want to fight for, and that's where you make most of your money. So. All right, so the 5 Ps, these are the 5 things that we sort of teach to our member office for how to succeed. The 5 Ps are products, having the right products, platform, having the right platform and technology, perpetual training, so the real successful member offices or people in finance are lifelong learners, so we help support that. Personalization, and that means you don't compete head-to-head with Bank of America and Chase. And finally, persistence and profit, and those two things go together. And so today we're going to go over those 5 Ps and just give you an overview on what they are. And then over the next 4 days, we're going to do a deep dive on 4 of the 5 Ps, and so you see exactly what we're talking about. Today's an overview. In the following days, we can go into a lot more detail. So first of all, products. Why don't you list off the different products that our offices are offering?
So many years ago when we first started, we basically had one product, right?
Startup financing.
Yeah, startup financing. It was a big challenge to diversify, and it's always going to be a challenge. But we've done a great job. Startup financing to different programs like retirement assets. You have private real estate loans, term loans for more traditional funding, working capital, equipment finance, and again, retirement rollovers. So these are I think, our core like funding programs per se.
Right.
In addition to other peripheral programs that are in place within our platform. So for us, it's all about having a solution to present no matter what their scenario would be.
Yes, we have the 6 primary funding categories, and we're always doing research and development on additional funding. I think you got to take it. I think it's cutting off the blood to your head.
All right, great. Let's do that.
I don't want you to die in the middle of the show. All right, so here we have a quote from Anthony Morgan, one of our top member offices, been with us for a long time. As a financial consultant, finance agents have given me all the tools and business funding programs needed to take my business to the next level. The funding options are among the best in the business, and their no upfront fee programs are a winner. No upfront fees programs are super important. By the way, when you're out there offering programs and you have a big upfront fee, and a lot of other people aren't, then it's really hard to be competitive. So all of our programs are designed to be competitive. They are competitive because we sell them. We've sold a lot of them, some of them thousands of times.
Right.
Again, over $1 billion in funding now. When we launched this, it was over $500 million. Now we're up to over $1 billion in funding across all of our funding categories. So that's a lot of experience that's available to you. All right, so those are the different funding programs. That's an overview. Next, we have the platform. What are some of the different aspects of our platform that our offices use, or that you need to develop on your own if you're not one of our offices?
Well, the biggest thing is when we launched Finance Agents, having a platform, it really streamlined everything. So you're spending so much time and energy trying to build relationships. So the affiliate marketing system that is in place allows you to build relationships, be very transparent, and biggest thing is, number 2, create lead flow. So help managing the lead system. So the affiliate platform is tech integrated to our customized CRM. This is a way of managing leads and agents. You have direct access to all the underwriters of all the different funding programs and also online applications. So the tech is there and it's built out. So I don't know how much money we spent over the years, but it's
too much.
Yeah, too much. Yeah.
Basically, think of it this way. If you go get a job at a big funding company, you get all their tools and tech, but then you get a fraction of the payout, right? So we basically took all the tools and tech that we developed as a real funding company, and now it's instantly available. So you can start on a shoestring with all the support of being in a big company without any of the cost.
Yeah, instead of paying $10,000, $15,000 a month in paid leads,
right,
we put into the
or
technology.
$20,000 or $30,000.
Right. We put in the technology where you can benefit on a daily basis.
Okay, great. All right, so that is the platform. Next is perpetual training. Again, one of the great things about working at a big funding company is that they're constantly doing training, which, as we did, as Finance Store. We were almost every week. You were constantly having your sales reps in there and training them. When you go off on your own, you don't have that anymore. You're left having to learn everything on your own. So we solve that need by doing daily training calls, and generally that's something that I'm doing. Trey does the Monday call. We have an online learning system where we've recorded every single training we've ever done and put it online, integrated with tests, so you can learn about all the different programs, how to succeed as an office, how to do marketing. Everything we used, we show you. We have different program certifications. As you learn each program, you reach a point where you demonstrate proficiency through passing tests, and we coach you through all this. And you get a dedicated on-site representative, your one focal point person whose sole job is to help you succeed as an office. And one of the things that we've done over the years is we've actually stopped doing fundings here. We pretty much don't sell or help people get funding. We do everything through our offices. We're not competing with you. Because of that, you have your on-site rep who's making sure everything gets done and may help you close the deal, but it's your deal.
Yeah, and also with the learning system we have in place, and also the daily calls, everything we have, it's scalable. So it's not just for yourself, it's for your staff, your assistant, sales professional, your partner. So it is scalable for an organization.
Yeah, once you start hiring sales staff, you might spend 30% of your time training them. You take most of it off your plate by using our learning management system. You just plug people in and you keep selling or keep working. Marco Carbajo, one of our longest term agents and partners who writes for Business Credit Blogger, he loves our training. His quote here is, "Plug into the training module as often as possible so you can fully understand how each funding program works while expanding your expertise at the same time." Thank you, Marco. We put a lot into our training, so I appreciate the feedback.
So Marco's a great example of someone who can create his own lead flow.
Right.
He has, has a database. He has people following him. So now it's all about the technology and being organized with that lead flow.
All right. So the next section is personalization. Frank's asking why you're holding a scepter. You came in a little bit late. It's Trey's birthday today, so we're celebrating. So the next section is personalization. Now, if you hear personalization, you may initially think, we're just customizing it for you. And that sounds like something that's convenient and not actually a way to succeed. This is actually one of the core reasons that our offices can succeed, and something that comes from years of experience. So what are some of the ways that we personalize an office, and how does that help create success?
Sure, definitely. So, I mean, when we have a member office, and when it's time, when they've reached certain training aspects, we're giving them agents as a starting point. So sometimes we're looking at a certain industry commonality, or maybe it's a region. So you want to have resources. These are your boots on the ground, but like Tim was mentioning before, we don't want to have to boil the ocean. You want to be focused on certain vertical, certain industry, and be specialized. So with agents, branding, and our marketing input, which is big for you, right?
Right.
It's a great way of doing that.
We help you create a specific, customized brand, your brand. You're the only company offering it. We help give you specific leads and agents that fit into your niche. We help you develop a market niche, which is super important to success. Most every member office or new member office comes in and says, I want to offer funding to everybody, because that's the great thing about money is anybody could use money. And one of the first things we do is we start paring them down to a very specific market focus so they can succeed quickly without having to learn for 2 years in order to get ramped up. And that's a combination of which products do you learn first and who are you marketing to, which is really the core essence of marketing. And is probably one of the biggest reasons people come in to funding and fail is because they got too many options and they don't figure out their niche quickly enough.
Right, we're going to tailor your training process depending upon what you're going to be going after. So with our learning management system, we're going to tailor a path of different courses to take. It's not going to be the same thing for everyone.
Great. All right, and then the last aspect is persistence, and this is something that you are able to have. Most of the people have trouble with persistence in running a funding office because you just don't know if it's going to work. So the good news is, working with us, you have a proven system. We literally won the Inc. 500 award 3 years in a row. 2 of those years we had over 2,000% growth. Right? This is a proven system that's been used to generate over $1 billion in funding. Our first official member office for years was doing over $100,000 a month in revenue. You get all of that to support you, plus you plug into a growing community, other offices that are succeeding and growing with you. So you get us, you get the community, you get a market niche, you get technology, proven products, and all of that together helps you be persistent and stick it through to the point where you can start making money, and that comes through the commissions. We enable the highest commissions in the industry for the support you're getting.
And the persistence goes to any small business. Right, not just our industry. Persistence is tough, so you have to have to get through the hard knocks, the learning curve, no matter what you're doing, especially when your industry is always changing.
Yeah, like a buddy of mine decided he wanted to become a business broker, which is a different type of business, and he went an entire year without getting a single paycheck. Right. Most people don't make it that long without knowing that you can succeed. Luckily, as a member office, you start making money much more quickly than that. But the reason you can stick through in the hard months is that you know it's a proven system. So what are some of the different commission structures for our current projects?
Sure, and back to, as Tim was mentioning, we tailored this to our old East Coast office, back our old company finance store. But startup funding, you could be the unsecured business finance program, which was popular programs, 4 points of the funding amount. So,
more or less. I put a little approximately next to each one because it's an approximation and it can fluctuate. But in general, you're getting about 4% of funding. So if $100,000 funding, you're getting about $4,000 on that. $4,000.
And at the same time, you're not doing fulfillment. We have the underwriting. You're the front of the house. We're your entire back office platform. Real estate financing, 2 points for commercial real estate deals.
That's our biggest payer right now. Average deal is $500,000, so that means a typical commission is $10,000 on one deal.
When it comes to traditional funding, SBA, our business term loan division, is great for either an SBA term loan or line of credit. You're basically the same structure as the startup. You're getting approximately 4 points of the funding amount. And that's from what the client, it's all revenue, what the client pays and the commission on the back end from the lender.
Yeah, the back office does a ton of work on those files, so this is a real benefit of working with us.
If you've ever worked in the SBA, you have to navigate
it's a bear.
Waters, right?
It's a bear.
Working capital, so up to 8 points for like a merchant.
Sometimes more, right? I was actually a little conservative. Some people get up to 10 or 12 points on a working cap deal, but 8 points is something you could definitely get. Equipment.
Yeah, equipment, 4 points. It's,
that one can go beyond that too. That's why you get the approximations.
It fluctuates. These are general. So it's all about finding out what type of equipment they're looking for, get some invoices, get a review done, and then the division takes it over from there. So, and then lastly, the rollover program.
That is not 4 points. That's an error right there.
The rollover, it's not based off points. It's a fixed cost structure to the client, but this is a great program for people leaving corporate America looking to buy into a franchise. Right. So it's a flat fee. And therefore, the commission's a flat commission ranging right around $1,000 to $1,500.
Right, depending on the scenario. Great. All right, so those are the profits. Bruce Bleckman, the author of Guerrilla Financing, the owner of one of our member offices, Entrepreneur Capital Corp. His quote is, "Over a long career in the financial arena, working with all kinds of institutions, I've never seen a more professional, ethical, and effective organization than finance agents." Thank you, Bruce, for that. We love working with you, and we appreciate your endorsement.
Frank's got a question.
Right, we got a question. Franks, can we get a bullet point list of all the programs we offer? Yes, we can definitely do that. Also, inside the back office, it is there. But we're constantly adding new programs, so it's a fluid thing. It's not something that's fixed in one time. All right, so some of our top member offices, we're not going to go through all of them. Obviously, there's a lot. We did a show 2 weeks ago. You can go back and watch that and go into a little more detail. But and these aren't in any order at all. But Gravity Finance is one of our top newer member offices. Entrepreneur Capital Corp, we just mentioned Bruce and Jim who run that office. That's a great one. Prestige, Anthony Morgan, who gave the quote, that's his office, Prestige Business Financial Services. JPM Financials, FBC Funding, Business Credit Blogger, which is Marco. Those are all some of our top long-term offices or newer offices. And the only thing that's missing there is you, right?
That's right, sure.
All right, so what's the investment if you want to be a member office with us and take advantage of all the different tools and support that we provide? How is that?
Well, let's first talk. We want to have a lower barrier of entry when we first launched this, beginning of 2016, compared to our competitors. And so even then, they've used us as fulfillment in the past. So we wanted to make sure, and this kind of evolved to build relationships. So right now we have, it's simply $99.97 as a training and setup investment. And then starting year two, $297 per month for all the technology. So simply $10,000 to have a turnkey small business consulting business in place to utilize everything we've put together. And then starting year two, $297 per month.
And then we work as partners together to help grow your business. And of course, financing is available for that $10,000. Obviously, we are a funding company, so if we didn't have financing available, that'd be pretty weird. If you're ever talking to somebody about a financing opportunity and they don't have financing available, then something's up. So we have financing. You can finance almost all of the $10,000 in the right scenario. So how do you make that money back, right? You hear that investment, that's awesome, but how do we put that where you get that money back as soon as possible? We have some specific examples here. So let's say you come up and you sign up 3 startups that did a funding of 100 grand each, which is not atypical, and you can hardly throw a stick without finding somebody who's starting a business these days. So you get about 4 points. You generate about $13,000 by signing up 3 clients for the startup financing program. So that's, you earn your money back plus a little bit more. What's the next example we have on there?
Let's go, so a commercial real estate deal, right?
That's
so
the easiest one.
Series is where you found someone who wants to get equity out of their residential investment property or commercial property. Average deal, let's say $500,000 as a member office, you're earning 2 points. And that's roughly right around $10,000, which you basically finance your entire business off one client.
One deal.
One deal.
That's fast. All right, the next one is bring in one term loan. Let's say you brought in a term loan, somebody doing a $2 million SBA loan. You're going to earn around 14 grand on that one client. So you earned your money back plus made a little bit of profit on your first deal.
Okay, and you have working capital, so merchant cash advance. Let's say it's $75,000 looking for funding for their auto shop. On average, 8 points is the payout structure for our partners and our member offices, and that's roughly right around $12,000 for the 2 deals that you've created for the revenue-based advance program.
All right, and last but not least, bring in 5 equipment leases, maybe 5 different people that are purchasing $50,000 vehicles for their business. You get about 4 points on each, so it's about 10 grand across the 5 deals. So we're hoping that you see across all these different things that it's relatively easy to bring in business. You just have to know what you're doing. And since we provide all the know-how, tools, support, it is definitely feasible and achievable that you could do this, especially if you're already in finance, if you're working somewhere else. You know how easy it is to bring in a couple deals. So come over, bring your first couple deals with you, and then you can cover your initial investment within the first couple months.
Right, and the biggest thing is you're not investing in this for a higher payout structure. That's not what it's all about. Mm-hmm. So it's all about the support, the technology, the training, the diversity. So some people get focused on just the payouts, return on investment, and that's really not the main key.
Right. All right, so that is it. We're going to wrap up this show, not go into too much more detail because we're going to go into a ton of detail over the next 4 days. So come back on tomorrow to have us, we're going to do a deep dive on all the different products, which Frank and a couple other people are asking about. We'll go through all the products and the commission structures and some of the products that are a little bit newer. There's probably about 10 different products that we've done on a regular basis, and that includes non-funding products. So not only do you have financing, we have non-funding products. We'll go over all those tomorrow. On Wednesday, we're going to go over the platform, all the technology, the CRM, the affiliate marketing platform, the online applications with e-signature, all the different ways that we support you. We'll go over that. Then on Thursday, we'll go over the perpetual training. The party's not done. We'll go over the perpetual training, show you the different ways that we support you for the lifetime of a relationship. Go ahead and bring it on in. And finally, we'll talk about the personalization, the ways that we customize the business so we can help you succeed, and so you're not just competing with every other one of our member offices. And then in the next week, what?
I want to say something. Yeah. Also, this is an application process. We're not looking to just take on everyone, right? So there's a lot of work on our end to make this happen. So we do have an application process in place. That's one thing I've learned. We're not looking to build partnerships where people have to learn how to copy and paste, but we have a finance or sales background. We're all willing to do this. Say, I want a low-key birthday, and I get this.
Trey asked me to do nothing, so this is what we did.
Happy birthday!
Oh, my gosh.
All right. And then the next week, that's supposed to be. All right, there you go.
Oh, there we go.
All right. But that one didn't sparkle very well. But anyway, thank you, Rhoda. Happy birthday, Trey,
Thanks,
from all of us. The next week after that, we're going to be doing member office interviews. Not Monday the 22nd, but, we got smoke in here. Hopefully the smoke alarm doesn't go off. I blew the last one. Okay. All right, somebody got a trick. Okay.
There we go.
All right. Okay.
Thanks for being on board today. Appreciate
the next week we have 4 member office interviews. We're going to interview Steve Hoffman, our newest member office. Oh, it's burning again. And then other people, we have partial commitment. So I want to make sure we're going to have a couple of member offices who've been with us for a long time. Steve, who just joined, and then another member office who's just 1 month in. I don't know, have you confirmed with everybody yet?
No.
Okay, all right. So we won't say exactly who, and we'll make sure it's confirmed. But that's going to be next week. So come back. We can answer questions. If anybody has any questions right now, Trey, you got to figure out some way to get the...
Yeah, there we go. We'll do this.
All right.
There we go.
We have any questions right now? We're happy to answer them. Let's look through here. All right, see here. I want to understand the difference between the agent, recruiter, and member office. Do the real quick. The way our affiliate marketing system is structured is You have, on one level, you have the leads, which is obviously the largest percentage of people that are seeking financing. And the next level up, you have people that have signed up as agents, and then the agents simply generate leads and earn money when one of our sales offices helps that person get funding. So the agents generate leads, the member offices make offers and actually get the funding done. Recruiters help us find new agents, so they get a little bit higher commission structure, and they help us find and bring in agents. And then member offices are full sales offices. So like I said, we just had our 100th sign up. They're the people that are on the phone talking to business owners, helping them understand their options and presenting options. You'd be a good member office if you answered yes to the questions at the beginning. You have to be the kind of person who wants to talk to clients. If you want to be an online marketer, generate a lot of leads, and never talk to anybody, don't be a member office, just be an agent. We have plenty of people just like you.
Absolutely. There's more than one ways to work together to figure out what's best for you. Standard agent, recruiter. Recruiters are great to go out and use their marketing skill sets. They belong to different organizations, certain groups. So it's like playing chess, having certain people do certain tasks. And recruiters are a great asset to all member offices.
But if you've been a finance agent with us for a while and you find yourself at times wondering, what's going on with my deal? I really want to talk. If you find yourself jumping in and talking to the client and interjecting yourself in the middle, then maybe you're a good member office. Maybe you got the can-do, get-it-done attitude, which is what's necessary in order to succeed, and then you could run your own office. We'd love to work with you in that way. All right, so that's it for the show today. I don't see any new questions coming in, so thank you, everybody, for coming on. Join the conversation. If you're new to the show, then subscribe. We'd love to have you here. We look forward to seeing your questions and comments throughout the rest of the week as we go through all this. If you're interested in being a member office, go to the link. It's in the show notes. There's a page. It's called Careers. Go there and sign up, and somebody from our office will reach out to you. Thanks, everybody, for coming on. Trey, thanks for celebrating your birthday
Tim.
with
Appreciate
us.
it.
Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Happy holiday.
And we look forward to doing a lot more deals together.